Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Now sitting down with the founder of the E2 project here in Houston County and the upcoming Rural Recovery Rumble and how this Rumble is connecting people in underserved communities to recovery resources out there. First off, Amanda, thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
It's so wonderful what you're doing, because again, sometimes when people find themselves where they want to start recovering, they want to make that effort, it's hard to know where to go. Is that why you started the E2 project?
That's exactly why I started the E2 project, because based out of Houston County, like, we don't really have those resources like at all. And when I started kind of researching in those resources, we have sistering bordering counties that don't have those resources either. We're a very small rural area, and the surrounding communities are the same.
So again, anyone is welcome to come out to this here in Houston County. So if you're in the surrounding counties here, again, being in rural areas, you are welcome to come out. What will they find at this Recovery Rumble?
In the past and what we have so far, we look for, it's not just like recovery, treatment, substance abuse, because E2 is mental health and substance abuse. So we'll have counselors. We will have the treatment as far as we do have treatment centers, we have sober livings coming out, we have mental health counselors, we have different types of treatment centers. Like, you know, there's so many different pathways, and that's the biggest thing we respect, is that everyone's pathway looks different. So we have faith-based, we have, you know, a MAP program, which is the medical assisted treatment, we have complete abstinence, we have groups like NA, and we have a couple of different CR groups coming out, and these are like groups that you can attend not only during treatment in some places, but when you get out of treatment, that continuing recovery, you'll be able to meet these people, see what they offer, and, you know, when you get through the treatment process, those are definitely resources that will help keep you on that recovery path.
That is great. And this is the third year that this recovery resource event has been happening. Again, rebranded the Rural Recovery Rumble for other areas. Where did you get the idea? Like, where did you go and say, like, okay, that's successful, let's do that here?
So when I had first started the E2 project, a friend of mine, Carrie Thompson, she works with the Dixon Coalition, the Dixon Drug Free Coalition, and she's from my hometown. And really, we met at a hair shop. And she was talking to me about it, and she's like, you need to come out and, you know, do this, and, you know, go ahead, you and E2 can set up. Like, just full of, the whole fairgrounds in Dixon was full of resources, of things that people could use, and I just saw it, and I'm like, I need to bring this to Erin. I just did it.
And you're no stranger, though, to recovery and knowing what it's like to look for those resources, right? Do you mind sharing a little bit of your story?
I had a little bit of a drinking past, but I was what I call one of the lucky ones that I was able to break that with. I started going to church and really getting into the Word and building my foundation and my relationship with Jesus. About the time I had started doing that for myself, I had met my husband, who was, at the time, he was getting out of Hope Center, so he had drug addiction, alcoholism, and stuff like that in his past when we got together, which he's actually from Houston County as well, so we knew each other. Everybody knows everybody here. But when he had gotten out, it wasn't long after we had gotten married that he had relapsed, and unfortunately that relapse resulted in his suicide. And that's where I saw a lot of the gaps, because we were able to get him like into mental health treatment, and his first initial appointment, which like it took forever to get that appointment. He finally gets that appointment, and they tell him, like, you know, there is something going on. We do know that you need medication, all that fun stuff, but then gave him an appointment for 6 weeks later.
Gotcha.
That initial appointment was around mid-January, and he didn't make it that 6 weeks because he passed away the end of that January.
Gotcha.
So, and like he had went to one type of treatment center. I think it was multiple times he had went to the same treatment center, and I'm not down in or bashing any treatment.
Right.
They just don't all work for one person, you know what I mean? So when it comes, that's one of the reasons why when it comes to treatment, if you've tried, say, faith-based, I'm going to encourage you to go somewhere else. And I'm a huge on encouraging mental health treatment, regardless of what kind of treatment you get, because that is the root. Right. You know, the trauma, the mental health, the things that beat us up when we were younger and we don't know how to fix. We've got to fix those or nothing's going to work. So when it comes to the mental health, it's based on a lot of experience. When it comes to, my drinking, it did start with, I had suffered, struggled, battled, fought with mental health my entire life. I mean, I still do. Just have learned better coping mechanisms and want to share what I know.
If we want to follow this afterwards and what's going on with the E2 project and then even next year's Rumble, where do we go to do that?
The E2 project has a Facebook page.
Okay.
The one that you want to look to for these areas is just the E2 project, because we have an E2 project Savannah as well. We're kind of branching out in other areas. And then the look, I can't even say it.
A lot of R's
Royal Recovery Rumble has its own page, and it stays there consistently throughout the year because we use the same page every year to keep everyone updated. And we've got all of our sponsors and who's going to be there on there already.
Fantastic. Again, the Rural Recovery Rumble happening September 27th at the Houston County Fairgrounds. Amanda Elliot, founder of the E2 Project, thank you for what you're doing and being that connector for so many others. That's a blessing, I know, for many. You're very welcome. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
333.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. They're thrill seekers, risk takers, and maybe just a little bit unhinged. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
The 23rd District Recovery Court will now be able to purchase a pickup truck for its program thanks to a generous $15,000 donation from the Dickson County government. The program will use the truck to transport equipment and supplies for participants as they build a new life in the court's sober living residences. A collaborative effort between Cheatham County government, Cheatham County Emergency Medical Services, and the Pleasant View Volunteer Fire Department has brought this new ambulance to the rural area of Henrietta. Those who work to do this are optimistic this initiative will save lives and strengthen emergency services. Several schools across Nashville Electric Services territory have been awarded funding for the schools to create new robotics programs or enhance existing ones at 179 schools and nonprofit organizations that serve youth across the TVA region. The program was made possible through the Tennessee Valley Authority and Bicentennial Volunteers, Inc.